Supply and Demand by Kesley Peterson. Disney style. So the first movie I'm going to talk about is Meet the Robinsons. And we're going to be talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. There's a fairly regular supply and demand, and this is where they meet equilibrium, and that's the price. With the invention of new technology, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich invention, then we're going to pretend that actually worked. In the movie, it was a failure, but let's say it actually worked. So that would mean supply would go up because they can now make sandwiches way faster. Except with all this new supply, there's going to be the same amount of demand. And so the price will actually lower with this invention of new technology. The next movie is Princess and the Frog. Tatiana sells scones, and they're super delicious and people love them. So she can charge pretty high for them because there's a constant demand and she's always there to supply them. Well, what happens is she turns into a frog. You know, as a frog, she doesn't know how to make scones anymore. So the supply for scones is going to shift to the left and go way down. There's still going to be the same amount of demand for scones because people love scones, but there's only going to be a few left. So those few that are left are going to cost big bucks, so the price is going to raise. Well, let's say she figures out a way to make scones, but she's a frog. So there's still a steady supply of scones coming in, but the demand is going to shift because people don't want to buy scones from a frog. They're afraid they're going to get warts. So with this, the price is actually going to drop because Tatiana will have all of these scones to sell, but no one's going to want to buy them, so she'll have to charge really low to get rid of them before they go rotten. The next one is Winnie the Pooh. So Pooh Bear has a constant demand for honey. That's what he loves. And as the supply for honey goes down, he is willing to pay a lot more to get his honey. He doesn't actually pay for it. He does things like falls into a heffalump trap in order to get honey, or gets his middle stuck in Rabbit's door. So the prices he pays to get honey go up because there's less supply. He runs out of his own honey in his house. So that would look like that. And the last example is from the Lorax. So in the Lorax, they're selling O'Hare air. And air is pretty expensive because there's a constant demand. People always need it to survive. But the supply is pretty low. What would happen if people started planting trees? With the planting of trees, the supply of air would go up. And so who would buy air if they could just walk outside and get air for free? So depending on how much air you got, eventually it would reach the point of no cost at all. People could get air at equilibrium for free. So those are my examples. Thank you for watching.